Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you this look right here, which is the look I went for today because I'm going out to brunch with some of my girlfriends. So this is the brunch vibe look that I would use on the weekend or any day that I'm going to brunch, and this is a bit of a more full coverage look, not the kind of I dabbed on concealer and ran to brunch kind of look. So this is more of the put together polished look, and I used some products that I was just really in the mood for, including this super shimmery purpley eyeshadow and a Glossier lip combination, which I'm loving at the moment. So if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. To start out, I've curled my eyelashes already, and I'm going to prime my eyelids with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot and my damp beauty blender. And I was having an issue for a long time. Even though I was priming my eyes, the eyeshadow was creasing anyway, and this has been like my go-to eyelid primer forever, and all of a sudden it kind of stopped working. And I think what happened is I was using too much product. So be careful if you're using a primer and it's not working for you. Try using a little less, because if you get too much, then there's just too much like of the cream eyeshadow primer on your eyelid, and it's just definitely going to crease. So I used a really sparing amount of primer, and now I'm going to go in with eyeshadow. And first I'm going to kind of just set the primer with MAC Ricepaper, which is just this really shimmery tan color, which is just a nice color for my skin tone to kind of set the base. And then I'm going to follow that up with my standard MAC Soft Brown eyeshadow on this same big fluffy brush and just buff this through the crease. And now that the eyeshadow is kind of laid down, I'm going to go in with a product that I'm really just in the mood to use, and that is my By Terry Ombre Blackstar eyeshadow stick in number 5 Misty Rock. And this is like my favorite color of this. Actually, that's hard to say. I love a lot of the colors of this. But this is definitely one of my favorites. It's like a shimmery purple taupey, like just beautiful color. Like it kind of just transforms on your eyelid. So I'm going to take this and rub it all over the eyelid, and then I'll buff it out again with that same fluffy brush and some soft brown, and if I remove a little too much of the shimmer, I'll go back in with this eyeshadow. So that's the eyeshadow on just initially, and I'm just gonna, like I said, buff out the edges to kind of make it blend. And cream eyeshadow for me just really fits the brunch vibe. I don't know why. I'm going to take this just a little higher into the crease so it blends a little bit more. I don't know why brunch just feels like a time where you would wear cream eyeshadow, but it does. I feel like not everything is a cream eyeshadow occasion, but brunch seems to be, so we'll go with this vibe I'm feeling today. And these By Terry like eyeshadows are just amazing. There's some matte colors, there's a lot of these beautiful shimmers, and it's just super easy. You don't even need to use the powder eyeshadows like I'm doing. You can just put this on the crease with no primer or anything and just blend it out with your finger, and it just gives you the most amazing, beautiful look. And these shimmery ones are so shimmery and dimensional that they look like you put tons of effort in, but you really didn't. And I'm just obsessed with them. I forgot how much I love this. It looks beautiful. Normally when I'm wearing these By Terry eyeshadow sticks, I just go in with mascara, and I find that they look really beautiful, but today I'm feeling an eyeliner, so I'm going to go in with what I've been loving lately since my last video, that Party Vibes one, and that is my favorite Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner, but in the Espresso shade, which is a dark brown. And I've really been liking this look because I think it really like makes my eye color pop, and it still defines them, but it's a lot quicker than drawing on my favorite black winged liner. So I'm just taking it and drawing a thin, or maybe it's going to be thick, we'll see, line along the upper lash line. And that's the eyes with the brown eyeliner on, and now I'm going to go in with mascara, and I'm going to use my YSL The Shock Mascara because this is just what I've been using lately. And I like this mascara. I think it gives a lot of volume and length with like minimal coats, but I do find that it transfers a lot on me, and so I'm probably not going to repurchase it. So the eye look is done, and it's pretty basic, but I really like the shimmery look. I think it's going to be great for the all-girls brunch that I'm going to. And now I'm going to move on to skin, and I'm going to prime with my YSL Eclat Blur Primer, which is really luxurious. And I don't like this under every foundation. It kind of depends on how my skin is, but I'm really liking it under the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation, which I've been loving lately and using every day, and I kind of like this combo. I had been using the the Glow Minerals Mattifying Primer that I'm a big fan of, but I find that since the Beyond Perfecting foundation is like such a long wearing and slightly drying foundation, not really drying, don't be scared of it if you don't want it to be drying, but it's just ever so slightly drying because it does like have such full coverage. I think that this like blur primer is a lot nicer under it because this kind of gives a little bit of like more moisture and that slippy feel to your skin, but it still helps it last longer throughout the day. And now that the primer is on, I'm going to go in with that Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. And this is great for a brunch vibe because if you're going to brunch, you know, you might be looking a little worse for the wear. You might be tired, it's the weekend, so you want to kind of cover up any, you know, signs of last night or the week that are left over. I actually got a great night's sleep last night. Sorry to make you jealous, but I still want a full coverage foundation because I want to look kind of put together. And I just tiger stripe this foundation all over my face and then go in with my damp beauty blender to blend it out. And this foundation seems like it's not going to blend well, but it really does. Like, it's really high coverage and it feels like it's not moving around once you start tapping it in, but it really just does kind of like blend out and cover absolutely everything. It's super full coverage. The foundation's mostly all blended in now, so I'm going to go in with concealer, and I'm going to use my Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer in Porcelain. And this was my favorite for a little bit, and then I kind of got turned off of it because it seemed like it was just a little too light for me. So throughout the day it kind of started to look like a little too stark and bright, but now it's kind of cooled off, and the teeny tiny bit of summer color that I did have has faded. So this is a really nice color match for me now, and I really like the way that it plays with this foundation. I wore this combination yesterday and it looked like beautiful at the end of the day, so I'm gonna try it out again today. And I also just like this concealer for a brunch vibe because it's very brightening and lightweight, so it's not gonna look like I have heavy concealer on, but it is going to brighten up the under eye. And now that this concealer is blended out, I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder and take this onto my damp beauty blender just to set under the eyes. And this concealer really gives like a dewy finish, so I find that it really kind of eats up a lot of the powder for me to set it. If you have dry skin, this is probably really nice because it will look very moisturizing under your eye, but for me, I want it to really set down, and I have oily skin, so if I don't set it down with lots of powder, it will definitely crease throughout the day, which I don't want because that just makes you look tired and old. And then to set everything else on the face, I'm going to go in with my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Powder in Light Plus and my La Mer powder brush just to set everything down. This is just my all-time favorite powder. I've gone back to it because I just can't live without it. It really gives like the nicest finish where it really mattes down my makeup and keeps my skin looking good throughout the day, but it has like that luminous like mineral finish to it where you don't look cakey and you don't look too matte, you just look really healthy. It also adds just the tiniest hint of coverage, so if you have anything else that is kind of still peeking through, this will kind of cover up the rest of it, anything that that high coverage foundation didn't get, but it doesn't add too much coverage, again, where you start to look cakey. Now that the base is finished, let's go in with bronzer to kind of add some life back into the face, and I'm going to go in with my Glow Minerals bronzer in Sunlight, and I really just love this bronzer. I kind of stopped using it and then went back to it, and I really, really like it. Like when I'm using it, I'm never like, oh, this looks amazing, but then when I go without it, I realize how amazing it does look, and that I really love it. It just kind of gives a slightly sheeny bronze, not as sheeny as the Becca Sunlit bronzer that I use, but it still gives a little bit of that sheen and like kind of a natural looking bronze, and it's a little dark, but when I use this duo fiber brush, it really just looks perfect. With bronzer buffed in, I'm going to go in with highlight now, and I'm going to use the Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter, which really just fits the brunch vibe because I feel like at brunch you're having mimosas or champagne, and you know what, I'm going to a ladies brunch and women will appreciate a champagne pop highlighter. Your man will not, because not everyone understands the wonderfulness that is Becca highlighters or Jaclyn Hill and her collaboration with Becca. So I'm going to just kind of take a small bath in this and put it all over my face, on my nose, my Cupid's bow, and just keep putting it on my cheekbones because why not? Nothing to lose. Now that the cheeks are sufficiently highlighted, I'm going to go in with blush, and I'm going to use my CoverGirl True Blend brush in Light Rose. And this has just really become a holy grail blush for me. I think this is a great dupe for the Hourglass blushes or the Milani blush or any kind of just mineral shimmery blush like this. I think it gives great color payoff and it lasts well throughout the day. And what I like about it is I don't really like a peachy look. I like kind of a cool toned pink look. And this really gives that. Like Milani Luminoso tends to turn peachy and orange on me, and I don't like that. I want something pink. That's just my preference. So I really love this color. I'm sure they have other ones too. I just haven't tried them. This is the lightest one, so it's kind of best for my skin tone, I'm sure. But if you have more tan skin, I would check out another one from this line because I really love this formula. I think it looks beautiful. Those blushes also aren't too intense, like if you're not a blush person and you don't want like bright color on your cheek. I think they're really subtle and shimmery, and they just kind of give a natural flush to the face, nothing too out there. So if you don't want like a hot pink blush or, you know, a deep tan blush, I think these are a nice option because they're kind of like that subtle mineral-y kind of finish. Now that we have the face finish, I'm going to kind of move on to finishing up the eyes, and I'm going to take another By Terry Ombre Blackstar, and this is in the shade 3 Blonde Opal, which is like their highlighter shade. And I'm going to take this onto the inner corner and just highlight that by drawing a V here. And I just really love these. They're amazing. And I like a really bright inner corner, so I'm highlighting a lot in this area, but you definitely don't have to do this much. Just a dabble do ya, but I like a lot so that my inner corner looks bright and I look more fresh and awake. And then I'm just going to add some Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara to my bottom lashes to kind of help those stand out. And this is drying up, so it's really not working as well as it once did, but I really can't go without having my bottom lashes done for this look, so have to use it. Moving on to brows, I'm going to use my favorite at the moment, the Clinique Superfine Liner for Brows in number 2 Soft Brown to fill in my brows. Eyebrows are filled in, and then I'm going to use the Ultimate Brunch Vibe line, which is Glossier. I feel like if you're really going to a true brunch where you just don't care, you would kind of just use exclusively Glossier products and not have this much heavy makeup on. You kind of have a no makeup look. But I'm going to a little bit of a sassier brunch, so I'm going for the full face effect today. But I'm really liking this boy brow. I think I have the color brown, and I think it's a really nice color to add a little bit more like filling into my brows and make them a little bit deeper. So that's it for brows. And finally for lips, we're going to continue on the Glossier train and use the Glossier Generation G in the shade Like. And I'm a little disappointed in this. I love the packaging. I wasn't like the biggest fan of the formula, but I was gonna live with it. And then it's just been kind of sitting on my counter here, and then I pulled the cap off the other day and the whole lipstick flew across the room, so not impressed with the quality of this, and I can't really get it to stick back in there, so now every time I open it I kind of have to be really careful because it kind of just flings about. So not the most reliable product ever. Okay, sorry, it just fell out of its packaging again. So like I said, not really easy to use. I can't really carry this in my purse anymore, but I like the hint of color it gives, and this is also a matte finish, but I'm gonna put one of their balms on top to kind of make it a little more interesting. So I'll show you that. And I actually have the mintbalm.com on right now, which is kind of one of their matte balms with the mint fragrance. But I don't particularly like the matte lip balm look. I like more of a shiny lip balm. That's just my personal preference. But I do like this sometimes. So I have that on now just to keep my lips moist while I was doing my makeup. And I'm going to go right on top of that with the Generation G. So this Generation G really gives just like a hint of berry to the lip, which I think plays really nicely with this purpley eye look that we have going on. And then I'm going to go on top of it with the Glossier Birthday Balm.com. And this is their like shiny one. It tastes like a lip smacker from back in the day. It has that like birthday cake flavor and scent to it. But I like this one because it has glitter in it, but when you put it on, it doesn't look glittery. It just kind of makes your lips look shiny, and I don't care if my lips look glittery. I kind of feel that look, so I'm gonna just take a little bit over top, and I love this look. It's a very like natural looking lip. It kind of looks like I have nothing on, just a lip balm, and this could be like the natural color of my lip, but I really like this combination, and these have really been keeping my lips moisturized, so I've been enjoying the Balm.coms a lot. Alright, and that's it for this brunch vibes look, all finished here. I'm gonna head out to my girls brunch now, and as always, all the products that I used in today's video are listed down below, so if you wanna see what I used, you can find everything listed there. And I'm also uploading every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday at the moment, so 3 videos a week, and if you don't wanna miss one, subscribe down below if you're new, and thank you so much for watching.